Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. You know how much we all crave a kinder, more understanding world, right?
Something we all hope for.
Well, today we're tackling exactly that, nurturing empathy in children.
Love it.
We're diving deep into 5 tips for developing empathy in your child. And I gotta say, this isn't just some generic advice column. This is a practical guide.
Yeah, it's a good one, and it all starts with something pretty basic. Understanding your own feelings. That first tip, discuss feelings. It's like, giving kids the words.
That's like giving them a map, right? So they
Gotcha.
can navigate those big feelings.
Exactly, and just like learning any new language, it takes practice, right? With little kids, instead of just saying, are you frustrated? You could try, whoa, those look like frustrated feet. Look at them stomping.
I love that. So once they have a grip on their own emotions, how do we help them tune in to what others are feeling?
That's where modeling comes in. The second tip, model empathetic behavior. I remember this one time, my niece dropped her ice cream cone. Right.
On.
And I almost said, don't worry, it's just ice cream. But then I stopped myself. I got down on her level and said, oh, sweetie, that's so disappointing. I know you were really looking forward to that.
Just that shift in your response, it changes everything. Suddenly it's not about brushing it off, it's about really seeing them, right?
Exactly. And it makes me think about how powerful stories can be. Use storytelling. That's the next tip. A good story, it really lets you step into someone else's shoes.
They're like emotional simulators.
Yes. And to give kids a safe way to explore all these complicated emotions without having to go through it themselves. Like for younger kids, the giving tree, that's a classic for a reason, right? It shows them selflessness. And then as they get older, a book like Wonder can open up discussions about bullying and acceptance.
And it doesn't have to be just books. Even watching a movie together and pausing to ask, hey, how do you think that character's feeling right now? It can be really powerful.
100%. Okay, so we've got this foundation of understanding. Now what? We got to put it into action.
Exactly. Empathy in motion.
Yes. Encourage helping others. That's the next tip. It's great to understand empathy, but when kids actually live it, that's when the real magic happens.
Absolutely. So how can we, especially with kids who might, drag their feet when it comes to chores or helping out, how do we encourage that active empathy?
Start small,
Mm.
make it meaningful.
Yeah.
Involving them in age-appropriate chores, even setting the table, it shows them that what they do matters.
Mm.
And you know what? Studies actually show that children who help around the house tend to be more empathetic later in life.
Wow. That's amazing. All right. Last but definitely not least, praise empathetic actions.
This is so important. Catch them doing something kind.
Mm.
Even something small. Like imagine your kid sees their friend feeling left out and they offer them their favorite toy. That's huge.
Right.
Acknowledge it. Even something as simple as seeing you comfort your friend, that makes me so happy. You're not just praising them, you're reinforcing how important empathy is.
So to recap, it's about giving kids the words to express their feelings, being those living, breathing examples of empathy ourselves, using stories to connect, turning empathy into action, and really celebrating those empathetic acts when we see them.
Yes.
Small steps, big impact.
Totally. And here's something to think about. These 5 tips, they're not just for kids. They work for all of us.
Mhm.
What if we all focused on cultivating more empathy in our own lives, in all our relationships?
No, that would be amazing. That's such a powerful thought. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, everyone. We'll see you next time.